Hey, what is going on, my fellow Remnant 2 gamers? It is D Werewolf Gaming here, back with another Remnant 2 video. Alright, I hope all is going well with everyone and you're staying safe. Today, guys, I'm going to bring you a unique hybrid build that I think many of you will enjoy. Now, this build is a high risk, high reward, because as you can see, guys, whenever I'm like right now, I am literally fighting Venom. And I did use the Death Wish skill to start off with. And I did die. With that being said, that's one of the main reasons, guys, why I did choose to pair this with the Challenger, so that way whenever I make a mistake, I will have a second life to get back up. Now, overall, this is a very fun build, high damage, high reward, and I recommend you give it a try. Right now, guys, there's not a whole lot going on Remnant, just sitting here waiting on the DLC, so I wanted to try it. I never really gave the Death Wish skill a try because, you know, I didn't really see the benefit of using it, but it got buffed, some changes happened to it, so now here it is, me showcasing you a little bit of gameplay. Now, I like trying out different kind of builds. I made a build a while ago called the Tempest Arbiter build, in which I was using status effects and using the Challenger class. Alright, so let's go over this build. The name of this build that I am using today is called a Warlord. This build is amazing, guys. I'm not going over all the traits and everything with the Challenger. You know what it does by now. And also the ritualist as well. I do want to point out that I was using miasma and going back and forth between Death Wishes. Use the miasma skill whenever you're out in the open world. And whenever you're going to fight a boss, use the Death Wish skill. Your armor, as usual, does not matter. I was using the Tranquil Heart, guys, to get that passive health regen, especially whenever I'm using that Death Wish, so that way you know you got a little bit of health coming from that as well. As you can see, this was a hybrid build. As you see, it's critical hit and status effects. So I had 15% weak spot damage, 20% range critical damage, and I was going back and forth on that third mod. I was using fire rate and I was using range crit chance. Now, definitely when fighting the Death Wish, the Venom guys, I was definitely using the range critical chance, but whenever I'm out in the open world, I do go back and forth with using that, and even sometimes putting health on it. It's just whichever mod you prefer to use. The fire rate is very fun on the Corrupted Savior, so I was mainly using that a lot. Alright, so I don't need to explain the Corrupted Savior, guys. The best thing I can tell you to do is do not use the mod on this particular gun because it shoots very slow. As long as you got the mods stacked up to 5, it will shoot pretty fast. I paired it with fatigue wounds because this is a hybrid build using status effects, as you can see, guys, and so you can go back and forth using the bleed with that as well. Now, the World's Edge is great for shooting out that wave and applying status effect. You don't know what it does, guys. Charge attacks, release a wide horizontal projectile that penetrates through multiple enemies, dealing 348 damage. Guys, you can throw through buildings or anything. This is why this sword is just amazing. The Tenet Blade is the mutate I was using. As you can see, guys, whenever you charge attack, it will apply status effect, dealing 4,000 damage. The Nebula as well, just amazing handgun, guys, for applying status effects. Now, you can use whichever handgun you prefer. I do like using this one because I just shoot the little nano machines out. They go attack the enemy, giving me time to reload and do whatever else it is I need to do. Now, I was using Maelstrom, but guys, I was going back and forth using the Maelstrom. And even just trying out different mods, because you know, the goal in creating builds is to try different things to see what works. So I was using the Maelstrom mod, and I was using the feedback mod to be able to get my mod back a little bit quicker. Now, the Maelstrom mod, you will get more damage. The feedback, you will get your mod back a little bit faster as well. So the choice is yours, guys. You can use whichever works best for you and your gameplay. Alright, so the first ring was the Burden and Destroyer. You do lose the ideal range by 25%, but you get an increase in all damage by 15%. So the best is pretty good. Probability Core to increase critical damage by 30%. And Shadow and Mystery to increase your status effect by 15%. I did go with Xanus Malice. Increases weak spot by 10%, stacks up to 3 times. You get a 30% bonus weak spot damage. Alright, Energizing Neck Core is just amazing right now. I recommend you use it. You know, I normally use this on like status effects, full status effect builds, but as you can see, guys, it's doing very good damage on this build right here as well. You apply it, you get 25% bonus status effect, and this is also applying creates a little explosion. And guys, that explosion, and most of the enemies on Apocalypse, you can one-shot them with this particular amulet. So I definitely recommend you give it a try. Just overall great and fun to use. All right, so the traits, guys, is for one, Strong Back normally comes on the challenges. As a primary trait, you get 10 points. 10 points of infliction comes automatically on the Ritualist. Got 10 points in Triage, Fortify, Regrowth, all those 10 points. And I got 4 points in Ammo Reserve, 3 points in Swiftness, 2 points in Flashcaster, got 10 points in Vigor, 10 points in Spirits, 10 points in Expertise, got 10 points in Bart Skin. I got 5 points in Siphoner. Now, I do recommend, guys, that you probably max Siphoner out, but, you know, in my gameplay, I go back and forth, changing in my traits and everything. And this is the standard set of traits I normally use, so that's why I left it like that. But I do plan on tweaking this build a little bit, and I probably will max out the Siphoner as well, guys, because you will need that whenever you're using that Death Wish to be able to stay alive. All right, I had 2 points in Endurance, increased stamina, 2 points in fitness so I can evade better, and I had 2 points in amplitude because to be able to spread that status effect a little bit. Overall, just a fun build. I do recommend you give it a try. All right, guys, and I want to give a big thank you for those who are continuing to support me on this channel and those who are new to the channel as well, guys. It means a lot, and I really appreciate it. And for many of you who don't know, who are new to the channel, guys, we just finally reached 5,000 subscribers. Overall, this is amazing, guys, and I really appreciate all the support. All right. So if you like the content, please remember to hit that like button, share, and subscribe, and Werewolf out. And one last thing, guys, got a couple more bosses, so stick around if you want to check out these last 2 bosses that I fight, showing you this build in action. I think you will enjoy it, and I recommend anybody who has the Corrupted Savior. And guys, you don't even need a Corrupted Savior for this build. This build is more so about, as of right now, the Engineerized Net Core is just amazing. So I do recommend you give it a try, and using it with status effects and corrosive damage is just amazing as well. So with that being said, I'm going to let you watch the rest of this gameplay of me fighting a couple more bosses just to show you this build and how good this build is. All right, Werewolf out.